Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's plan failed. It seems like Pia is all a ploy by Meghan to get attention from the media. Even the divorce is planned in detail. The answer about her children raises doubts about whether they exist or not. Harry lost the lawsuit and Meghan's prayer tricks were dirty. Welcome back to Meghan's channel and the unique charm of her horse teeth. Let's dive into lively discussions and explore intriguing topics together. Perhaps Meghan is obsessed with her plans and peer tricks. Recently, she went to lunch and dinner on the same day, however, the time was only 35 minutes apart. Someone spotted her with a photographer, and he was behind her on both trips. Both Meghan and Harry are implementing a peer plan and taking advantage of the royal family to attract themselves. Meghan staged the Invictus game, and various stories were being sold to the press. That was probably normal for Harry and Meghan. Remember that one thing they told the press about how racist the royal family was. However, when interviewed by Tom Bradby, he emphasized that the royal family is not racist. Meghan also mentioned this issue, and she also confirmed that the royal family is in trouble. Harry insists he won't live with that family, telling Good Morning America he's considering becoming an American citizen. He responded to the press that he was considering becoming an American citizen. What do you think about that? However, according to sources, Harry is ready to return to his role as British royal to support his family. Meghan and Harry's plan completely failed, and they also had a fashion show, or went to a charity event, then celebrated Valentine's Day together at a high-end restaurant. Meghan wore a red suit accessorized with a Valentino purse. Many people believe that the budget for this Invictus game was mostly spent on their Valentine's Day dinner. Meghan also changed 2 outfits on the same day, and the fact that there were cameras with her was revealed. How ridiculous! I think her divorce from Harry was also very calculated and intended to benefit her business. I'm willing to wager that divorce was her plan once she felt established and didn't need him or his princely title to open any doors for her. She never thought things wouldn't go the way her vision board told her they would. She's visibly more insecure compared to the early days of Megxit. In Whistler, she was love-bombing him and wearing her engagement ring for the once time in a year. Harry's looked so miserable in each of their most recent appearances over the last year. She needed Harry as a security blanket and visual reminder that she's royal for her panel appearance at the South by Southwest Festival. There's no way she didn't see how much backlash there was over her last-minute addition to the festival calendar. The comments on South by Southwest's Facebook and X accounts were brutal. There were so many comments expressing their disgust over her inclusion that they had to shut down their comment section on social media. She's done nothing, however, whinge and moan about her perceived victimhood for 4 years, accomplishing nothing, however, delivering empty word salads, while having the audacity to speak out against women bullying other women, when she's the biggest bully in every room she's ever in, and her fans are the vilest toxic fandom out there, giving the Barbs and the Bayhive a run for their money when it comes to blindly loyal, obsessive and toxic fan bases. She's no feminist. She's a woman whose biggest, most notable accomplishments throughout her life so far were only made possible due to a man. Her dad is behind the whole dish soap story being made into something it wasn't. Her uncle got her the 6-week Argentina internship, opening the doors to her United Nations work with World Vision. Her ex Trevor was responsible for her landing suits. Ex-British royal family Corey Vitiel is the main reason she was able to rub elbows with Princess Eugenie and the Soho House crew. Prince Harry is the only reason she's become globally known by name. Her Duchess title is officially worthless now. There's no point in even stripping it. What is still helping them earn money is Harry's being a blood-born prince. There are several dukedoms and other peerage titles of nobility. However, there aren't many princes and princesses. She can't divorce him. However, he could easily divorce her, and that must be sobering for an egomaniac and narcissist like her. I think he knows, however, he's stuck because of his 2 children. I don't think he'd leave them because of his own experience. For all of the jokes, he's not truly stupid. For example, he went to see his dad alone because he knows no one there likes his wife. However, his actions caused his parents to live in hell. He allowed his hag wife to go on that reality TV documentary and make fun of Her Majesty's culture, customs, and hard work for the people she dedicated her life to. He ripped his father and brother, who loved and protected him his whole life. He abused his stepmother, who has already gone through years of it, to be with the man she loves. He allowed Meghan to be vicious to Catherine, a gentle person who didn't deserve it. He has made Princess Diana's name a joke. Even in those clips, you can see him smiling when interacting with others, and as soon as she approaches, he seems tense. And the isolation thing is so true, probably convinced him no one loves him as much as she does. It's showing off about the prince she married. She just stands about hovering. However, the people are fascinated by the royal prince. So they want to be near, even though he's stupid as he is. And so she pulls him to show she owns him. Anyone can buy expensive attire, however, the prince is the item. She shames women for her behaviors. How long will it go on? Harry, wake up and go home to a royal family where you belong. So sad to see him reduced to a robot. The answer about the children is also funny. They don't even know their kids don't spend time with them and don't bother with them. The nannies and maids probably spend weeks at a time with them. It's a bizarre comment to say it's classified information when asked a question about your children. Normal people would say, oh, they are happy and learning to read or something. And Meghan says, oh, they are little, like she knows nothing about her kids. It's so bizarre. I would have thought Harry would be like Diana, making sure that he raised them the way she raised him. No nannies, however he was, so opposite to her in every way. You can tell this is a loveless relationship and a loveless family. It's sad. I wonder if the kids, when they grow up, try to get in contact with both Harry and Meghan's family to find out the truth and get reconnected, or if they believe their parents' delusions. Some famous parents like to keep their children out of the limelight because the children didn't ask to be famous. These two are just plain weird in their answers about their children. Most parents that I know of will say something about their children. I know that I do, and my kids are all adults. However, to answer the way they do makes you wonder. It's never too early to have traditions with them, and to never see them when Harry and Meghan aren't working is just as strange. Who knows with these two what's going on? I find these two insufferable and feel for the kids. However, perhaps they're not bringing the kids ever is. Harry protecting them from press exposure. I know they've used them shamelessly before, however, that strikes me as being Meghan's attention-hungry nature. Harry's by no way blameless. However, I wonder if he prevents the kids from coming to keep them out of the limelight. However, it seems that he listens to his wife, so whether or not he takes his children to events requires Meghan's consent. The clothes she wears during her media appearances are also ridiculous. I wonder who is paying Meghan to wear the $91,000 worth of clothes. They must sell for the brands to keep paying her. Who is the target market? Buying clothes because she wore them. She's very unpopular overall. However, there must be some slice of the population who like her enough to follow what she wears and then go buy them. Every action of Meghan makes me feel like she is sick. Think about it. No normal person handles things like her. She seems to be suffering from narcissistic personality disorder, NPD. If Meghan has NP, there is a tendency to unstable behaviors and other factors. However, one major difference is that people with just BPD have tremendous empathy, whereas people with only NPD are the opposite and have no empathy and are quite selfish. Those kind of differences matter. This is a very important difference. Meghan is stone cold when it comes to empathy, yet mine is overwhelming to me, and even to others at times. I am not blowing my own horn. I just need people to understand that differences between disorders matter a lot. One cannot simply box all of us together the same, as I see a lot of ignorant people doing. She even does everything to make herself noticed wherever she appears. She went through much money buying her seats at public events, managers, awards, security, agents, airfare, hotels, rent on a mansion they don't own, fake staged events. Lawyers much wasted money and time. However, in the end, she received more criticism than praise. Everything related to her is condemned by people. The divorce may be her plan, however. What if the divorce is real? It is difficult and takes a lot of time because it involves many legal documents. That applies to all mixed marriages. You have to get a divorce in the country of your registered marriage. You are supposed to get your marriage also registered in the country of your spouse. However, I'll know a lot of couples don't bother. These two were the same. If they did divorce, they had to go before King Charles and explain themselves to him, and then he, as the head of everything, would do the necessary royal legal stuff. They both have dual citizenship through marriage. That was explained shortly after they moved to California. They did not apply for Canadian citizenship even when they decided they were going to make Canada their permanent place to live and raise a family. When Meghan was filming in Toronto, she was in Canada on a work permit. I believe Harry's children are the property of the monarchy, as Harry was born a royal prince, also in line for the throne. Meghan will lose the title of Duchess as she is not a royal by birth. Meghan would have to sign at least 100 documents stating she cannot speak or write about Harry, the children, and the royal family. Every legal document will have to be signed in her regular handwriting and her fancy handwriting, as she uses both whenever signing her name. The church will have the marriage annulled. Unfortunately, Harry will have the most to lose, as even if he moved back to Britain and started seeing his family, they would never trust him again. Meghan could receive a one-time only cash settlement if they divorced. All jewelry would have to be returned. Even the ring had to design 3 different times, as the ring belongs to the royal jewels. She most likely would have to sign legal documents that she will not step on UK soil for the period of 50 or 100 years. Pretty sure they can only get divorced here in the UK, as they were married here in the UK. There's a rock-solid prenup. She would be looked after, but not as much as she would want. You're going by divorce laws in America. It's different here in the UK. If Harry wanted to divorce her, he could have any time he chose to. He has had ample opportunities to leave her, however, chooses not to. All he would have to do is ask his family to have the marriage annulled. When he came to court in England, he didn't have to go back. However, he chose to stay with Meghan of his own free will. He's not being forced to stay with Meghan. It is not surprising. She just tries to hang on to Harry as long as possible to get more money support. Do you think Meghan really loves him or just for her fame? You will be the judge. She has had enough of him now. So we can't wait to see what happens. I think they may come to an arrangement where they live apart and share the children and no divorce because she's in it for the long haul. There's always a slight possibility, no matter how slight, that one day Harry could end up becoming king. And she's wanted to live in Windsor Castle since she got married, so I don't see a divorce. I see them living apart and sharing the children, and Meghan still hoping for a tiara. What is more worth mentioning is she is not entitled to anything Harry owned before marriage. She can only claim what they acquired after marriage. Even her wedding ring has to be returned to the royal vault, as it was only on loan. All jewelry from the royal family has to be returned. The children are property of the monarchy, as they are in line way down the list for the throne. Their titles would have to be taken away if she had custody. What about you? Do you think Meghan and Harry's ridiculous plans? She is so cruel. She does everything to make the media pay attention to her, but in reality, no one pays attention. Her plans cost a lot of money, but were not effective at all. She even previously identified herself as a white woman before marrying Harry and identifying herself as white. But later, there is a story about racism. She wears a bronze watch and uses her heritage. Reflecting on the issues we've just discussed, I believe it opens up a fascinating array of perspectives and deepens our understanding. Your opinions are incredibly valuable, as they enrich our discussions and help us approach topics from various angles. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and share this video. Your support is a powerful motivator for us to continue improving and delivering more insightful content. Thank you, and I look forward to our next encounter. Take care.